kind of I'm very ashamed actually about this example, but because it's a really good, it was like the universe really whacking me on the head pretty much. But I'm going to share it because it's embarrassing, but it's a good example. A couple of weeks ago, I'm very sensitive to noise and sound. And so I was in a coffee shop and I was working on my PGG, and there was somebody behind me and she was speaking another language. I don't know what it was. I had my headphones on with music, and she was, because some languages, you don't know if they're yelling or not. It's just the way the language sounds, So I don't know what the language was, but it was loud and it had sort of like that kind of gruff energy, right? And I just kind of like kept kind of like doing this, because she was behind me. And it was like a little bit too loud. And I guess it's like, and this is how unconscious we are. And this is why we have to be so conscious. This is such a good lesson for me. I must have turned around really intensely and gave her like a really Scorpio look, like, like kind of like you're really driving me crazy here. And it was not nice, it was not nice. But it worked, right? She stopped, it got quiet. And so anyway, so I started to finish my work. But then when she left, she stopped and she said, she goes, that was really mean. She's like, I was laughing and because her English was a little broken, but she's like, that didn't make me feel good. You hurt me. I was laughing and you looked at me, and it was like my whole being was like, oh my God. Like, it was like I committed violence, right? It was like I committed violence against this person. It was the most shaming feeling that I've had in a really long time. And I was just like, and she like kind of went away before I could like profusely apologize. But I felt so badly. And it was just this lesson of like how powerful we are. I didn't even say a word. I literally just looked, and my energy, I was so like in my mind, like, shut the fuck up, She literally said the words to me that hurt me. That was my confession to you all, because that was very embarrassing for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I know it, but how powerful that she actually had the power to tell you that she,
Yep.
You know how long it must have taken her to figure out, should I go tell her this? I don't speak the language that well. She
Yep.
really, really hurt me. This woman can really curse me out right now. But she almost needed to let you know.
It was literally
be a little bit more
universe.
sensitive.
Yep.
You didn't understand what was going on. It's like, wow.
Watch it. Like, and the thing is, then I like thought about it and I'm like, because I am so sensitive, this happens a lot to me where like I just get really like irritated by like noise, or like if someone comes.
Oh, I think we all do, yeah.
But sometimes I'm nice about it. It's like sometimes I'll be like I'll smile, sometimes I'll do that, which is it's a very different energy than like,
But we all do that, I think and I'm sure at some point she'll do it too in her life. I think we all do. I think, believe it or not, I think her quietness, her actual,
it was so
saying powerful. It was so like,
so powerful.
Yeah, it really was. It really, really was.
It rattled me to my core. Like I
would have been the same way.
And it was like, I wish like I could like run after her and find her and like actually thank her for, for pointing that out to me.
Yeah.
Because now I'm aware. Well, hopefully, knock on wood, I will be more aware of at least, if someone is doing that, at least try nicely to ask them, be aware of that, and then, and then deal with it like that. But it was, and it was such like who was there last time with the bug story? Was Tina? I think Linda and Tina wrote. Remember my bug story where it was like, I can't kill.
Oh yeah. Where you put the bug back in the tree, or tried.
So I'm like, oh, I'm this compassionate person. I'm so lovely because I don't kill a bug, but yet I harmed this person with like a look, I didn't even make eye contact with her. I don't even think. It was just like my energy. it was an act of violence. So like we have
But it was not intentional. It wasn't something that you intended. And I think many times we do hurt people without intending it. It is not our, intent to hurt them, but it is just that we are in our space.
No, I'm going to be honest though. I'm going to be like, if we're really honest with ourselves, I was experiencing some physical discomfort. And I think if I'm honest with myself, there's an element of that, like you feel like it's a violence. It's like you feel discomfort. Like I wanted her to feel discomfort, not consciously, but like we have to be like so honest with ourselves.
Because I would have thought
that's how powerful we are.
I thought that you would have turned around with that sort of like emotion, because you want to let them know, you're making me feel this emotion. It's almost like what you're saying, you're making them feel. It's almost like letting them feel the same way, right?
Yeah, like I think that's what I mean. This is all subconscious, right?
Right.
But I think, that's why it's so important. This is why we have a world that's a big mess, people killing and shooting each other and, all this, because we're like levels and layers of consciousness and of unconsciousness, and not realizing the power and the effect that we have. Our energy, no words. There was nothing, there was not a word, and there was not a physical, like, physical to physical thing. It was energy.
Yeah. That I think, I mean, the thing is also, you wanted it to stop.
I could have handled it so differently though.
Yeah, right. But like you're saying, to be really honest with yourselves, ourselves, it's like, we want that to stop. And that shows. And taking it a little step further is, imagine in the world this energy that goes out and is never checked.
Yes.
Never checked. No one says anything. The silence that most people would not say anything.
Right.
They would just walk away or be hurt and just go tell their friends or whatever. Or say something. And so mostly people are not saying anything, and it's bottling it up, and then that's what happens a lot of times with violence and so on and so forth, is because it's not checked. It just keeps going. You could look at it the other way, on the positive side, is like, if you do turn around and you're smiling, you put out that really positive, cute energy, then that works the same way.
Yeah. But what a profound lesson, right? It was such a profound lesson. And she dispelled, it was like, hopefully it was healing for herself, because she stood up for herself, right? And she said something. I do wish that she would have stayed around, because I would have loved to have like an actual conversation with her. I probably would have ended up crying, but like, but she that was so powerful. Like, she's changed, me, like that dispelled. Okay. And then here's another lesson. I had to forgive myself, because I hadn't felt that way. And I don't know that I've ever felt that way, in a sense that someone directly told me that I hurt them, by just my energy or something like that. And I felt such guilt and shame. But then I used the tool of forgiveness. Like, first of all, I allowed myself to feel the shame of it and the guilt of it. You have to like let yourself. This was like I was coaching myself through this. I was like, oh my God, what do I have to do now? I was allowing myself to feel that shame and the horror of what I really was like. I committed violence. That's what it felt like, and I let myself feel that. And then I had to forgive myself for it. And I forgive myself, and then I was like kind of like I was kind of envisioning her. I'm like, please forgive me, like I forgive myself. Then I wanted like her forgiveness, and I did it for a while. I just kind of kept repeating it and visualizing it, and by the next day it was completely gone. It's not in my body at all.
Well, I'm so sorry, but I feel like the one thing that you've got to also take away from this is that she forgave you the minute she told you what happened, because she let you know you know, so she felt better because she let you know. You know what I mean? It's like just like Linda was saying, it's when we don't say it that we kind of carry that with us, and you're already like, you're so angry at that person, and you keep, you know, it keeps going in your head and it keeps going. But because she told you, because she let it out, she's like, you know, it probably was over for her for a few after the next day too, because she let it out, because she was able to tell you.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was kind of a digression, but not really. I think you guys follow the whole